Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's Tuesday. You know what that means? We're playing Dummynation. Today's nation. I think we're doing the Netherlands. By the way, have we started climbing? Oh, it used to show where I was. Where am I on the leaderboard nowadays? I think you gotta look at platform because mobile's weird. I don't know. Mobile can get weird scores. And then not blitz. Oh, hold on. This has changed, hasn't it? This is all new. We gotta take a look at the what's it? Store page regular update. February 13th. Okay. Okay. So there was a big update. I remember now. It's the domination leaderboard. Thank you. Good to know. Okay. So let's take a look at all of this. We'll talk about all of this and see what we need to know for a single player person. Okay. Troops, research, ideologies, and many parameters can now be edited in custom games. Not really something that we're going to do. Custom games can be saved and shared as challenges. Interesting. Research points now scales with GDP per capita. That one's big. That one's going to make smaller nations a lot tougher. Conquest speed is now considerably reduced when started in the interior of the country rather than near the border. So basically what this means is the Vatican City strat is no longer viable. So basically you can't just like absorb a country really fast. Which is like fine, but I'm also really glad that we did all the micronations ahead of time. Urban planning and economic stimulus now boost country morale. I don't really feel like I've had to deal too much with morale. I think you can play around it. Military power also now increases the piercing power of reservists or military service. Frick. Okay, that's not as great. When we fight someone who has military service, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Paramilitary also now reduces the cost scaling when above world average GDP per capita, making troops, especially infantry, cheaper for rich countries. Oh, I don't know about that. That doesn't sound good. Everything goes faster, but there's a time limit, no defensive alliances, game. Okay, that's a multiplayer. All right. So some small changes. The GDP per capita is more valuable than regular GDP. I mean, if research gets boosted with a higher GDP per capita, there's definitely a reason to go after bigger countries that have good GDP per capita. I mean, we're going to be playing an interesting country to kind of find that out today. So let's go ahead and just pop into this. We do domination. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to see if I was on the leaderboard at all. Yeah. Done so many of these nations. No, I did the wrong thing again. I'm so sorry. Domination. Ha ha ha. Dude, I'm almost in the top 10. Look at that. 13. I don't count mobile in this. I feel like mobile is a little bit different of a game. You can if you want. Robots is definitely the new meta. Infantry is still viable, but you need a lot more population than you used to. Good to know. Good to know. See, this is Kraft telling me this. You might see him as number 2. All right. Well, let's get the face out of here. Get ready for an intro. All right. Brothers, welcome back to Dummynation. Today, we're going to be playing as the most upvoted country from the last video, which is The Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands is a hard start. Now, also important to know here is that the game just went through a little bit of an update where GDP per capita now increases your research speed as well. Robots are going to be a little bit more viable as populations higher to recruit. So as a low pop country, we might want to consider that ourselves. And some other bonuses have been kind of buffed as well, but we'll check those out as we get going in the game. Currently, the 18th best GDP, 69th best population. GDP per capita is 13th. We have a military power of 36 and a defense power of 36. We are a democracy. Troops-wise, we got 7.8 million. You have 3 million. We could definitely potentially attack you. Or we could head straight down south and grab some Africa countries before we start recruiting, which might be the way forward for us. Very similar strategy to what we have done in the past. We definitely at some point want to probably capture or conquer a week in Belgium, or even a week in Germany would be really nice for us. Let's go ahead and take advantage of our research right now. And I think we're going to go down military once again, just as it's a good starting kind of strat for a smaller country. And we'll play around with, ooh, do we want to do robotics this time? We don't even have enough points, so let's ignore that. Let's get some levels of combat training, and then a level of reactive armor. Boom. Let's also set our budget so we don't waste a lot. Get some military spending up just a little bit. We'll be able to deal with that later here. Research, we're going to kick up a lot, bring that down. We're going to take our army and immediately go down and fight some of the weaker Africa countries that we can grab for their troops and population. There's a different single player mode, blitz without alliances. Interesting. I'm not going to do that as the Netherlands, but I might do that as another country. All right, let's go after the Gambia first. A pretty weak country to start off with. Portugal would have been nice to have, or we would have been nice to get Guinea, but Portugal's right there. So we could potentially run around them. We hurry. Let's see if we can jump over there. Maybe you're distracted by some rebels. Not quite. Okay. But we can, if we then attack Guinea-Bissau, also doesn't have troops, we could potentially open up the door again. Not quite. Just a smidge. Okay. It's not a lot right there, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and head over to Togo, who's been already defeated. Not great. Any other weak countries over here without a lot of troops? Equatorial Guinea. Let's see if we can jump on that. Dude, Portugal had the same idea as us this entire time. Blitz gives you random countries that'll give you a stronger country at the start. Okay, good to know. All right, so not quite as much as we would want. We went up in population a little bit. Didn't get all the targets we would like. I'm going to go ahead and park this army. I'm going to keep it right there for now. Let's go ahead and start recruiting some troops and see how much the new balances kind of affect us here. Let's get about 2k tanks. Let's get about 1,500 rockets. And let's get a unit of commandos. Gunners. It's honestly not that bad. Okay, I thought the population was going to be a lot worse. I mean, it is bad. It does drop it pretty significantly. And then we'll throw the rest into tanks. So once that army's done, we'll be able to do a lot more. The computer is very active at the start. Is that the United States? I feel like the flag has changed. Anyways. What is going on? What's Portugal doing? It just seems like people are very active. There already seems to be a war here brewing between Portugal and everybody. The Arab League has been activated. The flags have been changed. The AI is more aggressive. I can see it, my guy. It's crazy. Ooh, okay. The United Kingdom is fighting Cameroon. So the AI has been tuned to be more aggressive, apparently, with this update as well. As you can very easily see, they're kind of just going everywhere, which is an interesting change of pace. What is happening here? Russia's just immediately, like, dying. Well, anyways, let's see what damage was done to Cameroon. They're also going after Gabon. I want to fight like a free target. I don't want to fight a target with troops. But honestly, the price for Cameroon's not that bad. I think we're just going to fight Cameroon down. Yeah, so a little bit of a tough battle here. We lost about 0.8 troops, but it's a pretty... Oh, frick, get out of the way. Who is this? India? Get out of the way. Their capital is very strong. What is your... This is kind of crazy. Rebels are very heavy. Did you have any bonuses? You have paramilitary, you have martial law, you have corruption. No, nothing that would really slow me down this much. You know, let's in fact split and go. They're really heavily going into us now. I'm trying to cut off the United States, but I actually don't know how wise that is. Fighting down these countries with as a smaller nation is proving to be a little bit more challenging than previous versions of the game. Well, this does not bode well. Cameroon's typically a pretty easy country to take out. We're really struggling down here. It's taken a long time to actually take them out, which is not a good sign for the game, as the game was already kind of long. We'll have to kind of see how the rest of this goes. But people were not kidding when they're saying that the game gets aggressive. Every European country is going out and doing things. We are finally finished in Cameroon. The DRC's fighting down Zambia. Is anyone fighting Tanzania? Yeah. Tanzania? Not really. Let's wait on some more of our foot soldiers here. Spain and Algeria are in a big war for Morocco. I don't really want to fight the Arab League with this new aggressive AI. I want to see... Potentially, I want to fight down... Oh, there we go. There's the Republic of the Congo. That's a good one for us. Let's go fight them down. See if we can get borders with the DRC. Movement also seems to have slowed down in this game. Come on, just let me finish up this small little tiny country. There we go. Okay, they're done. Wonderful. Let's just keep an eye on the DRC for now. That's our primary target. We would love to be the first one to jump in on this and grab their land. I don't want to waste any of my troops by doing it, especially while so many countries are already starting to be a little bit hostile to the DRC. They haven't really engaged their military yet, but they definitely will at some point. So that's kind of the mark we're waiting on right now. The advantage big stacks have over small stacks was reduced because of the cap spin and multiplier. I have no idea what that even means. You're speaking gibberish to me. I'm almost like afraid to fight the DRC with how many people are, like, how crazy the fights are. I might have recruited too many foot soldiers. I will be honest with you on this one. That's a real possibility here. All right, Tanzania has gotten so weak. We've been waiting for the DRC to fall, but Tanzania has gotten very weak. So we're going to jump over here and fight them. Haven't played Dummynation in a while. The new mechanics are tripping me up as well. I mean, the new mechanics are like, as of... Hold on, are you fighting the DRC right now? As of like the 13th. What's the nation for today? We're doing the Netherlands today. Yeah, so let's go ahead and fight down you boys, take you out. Hopefully we can get this done in a relatively quick amount of time. Apparently the bonuses from stacks, larger stacks attacking smaller stacks, has been reduced, which is why we're kind of struggling to get traction here. That's mostly to do with a multiplayer change, but is affecting our game as well. So let's try and block off a little tiny India army from grabbing any of our juicy land and push through them. Hopefully we can get through this fast enough that we can also be ready to strike the DRC if anybody's going into them. They are getting substantially weaker, but not quite to the point where I want to full-on attack them yet. Just because they have such a high population, it seems like, especially with this new game mode, it's going to be a little bit of a slog. We do have enough points for... No, we need a 5.44 for reactive armor. We do, however, have 1 million, so let's take a look at our current army composition and see. We definitely could use some more piercing, so maybe we could grab a big unit of rocket artillery. That might also speed up the rate of which we're able to capture land. What's the point in the new update, though? I don't know, man. I just work here. Custom is easier to use? Yeah, sure. When you can just, give yourself cheats, I'm sure it's easier to use. Like, yeah, of course. All right, we're mostly done over here. Let's go ahead and fight Burundi and Rwanda for their populations. They have tiny armies that shouldn't do too much damage to us, so we should be able to eliminate them rather quickly. So let's grab you, and you can fight Rwanda. Although their freaking military size population popping up, or their rebels, I should say, is heavier than normal. All right, and what does that leave us with? A decent amount of army. I would love for the rest of this to get done before we go fight the DRC, so let's just bring our army over to our Cameroon holdings for now. This will be where we strike from, is the eastern side. And we'll kind of ignore all problems for right now until that happens. Ooh, yeah, things are getting really aggressive. Iran typically does not attack Iraq, so it is interesting to see the AI kind of refreshed in their mindsets of who they will attack and who they won't attack. It's a little bit more mystery of what's going to happen in this game. Build your army when peace comes. Sure. I mean, you typically should just be building your army at all times. Ooh, the Central African Republic's out of troops. Let's fight them down. Still waiting on the rest of our troops to get done, so we can definitely grab some more free land elsewhere really quickly. And let's go ahead and split this stack and just kind of attack it from multiple angles. We won't get a ton of this because Chad's kind of in the way. That's fine. Actually, we could potentially squeeze through if we move right now. Oh, we actually got cut off. We got so cut off, I couldn't even see it. Right there. Very unfortunate, but our full army's here. This seems like a good time to strike the DRC. They're just getting stronger and stronger. No one's really committing to fighting them. So I think we will do that with our 12 million troops. I feel reasonably confident about that. Diplomacy-wise, they are friends with Brazil. But I'm not going to worry about Brazil. We can easily buy them off. No, they're not even friends with Brazil. We do have an aggression with China. I think they walked through our lands. We'll buy a cheap peace treaty to knock that off. And we do have the 10th best population, so I think it's worthwhile to start producing troops. So let's start getting these guys out. That's a lot. Seems a little bit more expensive, but 33. That's okay for now. Once we get the DRC, we should be able to kind of up that number, but let's go ahead and start fighting them now. And once we engage their major military stack, we'll start splitting a little bit as well. Reservist wise, they don't have a lot. They've been mostly eaten away by other countries, so we don't have to really deal with that. Military's mostly been neutered, so let's go ahead and do what we were talking about and split. Go down south and see if we can cut off other countries from getting involved in this. When the Gulf states go down, you really want to get them. So like right now. Yeah, I'm going to finish the DRC and I'm going to jump over here and see if I can get through Kuwait and finish Iraq. Yeah, don't worry about like countries falling. Like Saudi Arabia is not falling. They're low, but they're not falling. When they're falling, it's like a bunch of countries are on them. I'm gonna get the DRC because I want the population. We can also use this time to like wait and get a few more tanks out there as well. So let's grab an order of those. Strengthen our army before a real big engagement. Because right now we're fighting mostly foot soldiers, but when we start fighting in the Gulf, we're going to be fighting a little bit more. Oman's getting attacked. Yeah, when you talk about the Gulf states, though, Oman and Yemen are kind of the least valuable prizes over here. Hi Corey, I haven't seen you in a while. Broke my wrist playing football, soccer. Oof, that's a rough one. Casts are tough. I always struggled really with casts. I don't know why. The itchiness got to me. Just know, if you have an itch, use a spoon, not a fork, to scratch it so you don't actually pierce your skin. All right, so long war. Oh, we still have a little bit more. China's fighting Portugal. Just double check the superpowers really quickly. Russia's fallen. This is bad. Get up there. Can we still get in? We can. Who grabbed all of this? Indonesia. That's bad. I don't know. Wasn't expecting that. Let's get up there. We can still zoom in and grab some of this. It might be worth fighting Indonesia at this point, to be honest with you. But let's get our troops up north first, and we'll worry about how do we want to address this here in a minute. Let's get some just attack helicopters. Give me some, you know, just give me some aircraft really quickly so we can get them up real fast. Okay, troops are mobilized. Let's go ahead and start fighting Russia down. Economic zones. Indonesia did not grab Moscow. They did grab some valuable land, but we should still be able to loop around and grab all of this. So that's going to be our target here. Their army's completely gone for the most part, so we shouldn't really encounter it. If anything, they're going to be worrying about their Chinese invasion happening over here in the east with Japan. So we're just going to really push to get down here fast by kind of leapfrogging our troops over until we can hopefully still get Moscow and still get a lot of their good land. So unfortunately, we were cut off by Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't have a ton of troops left. What do the reservists look like? Not that incredibly strong either, so they're also a viable target. But let's finish up the rest of Russia over here. Pakistan is hostile to us. It might be coming to fight us. Let's just piece out that one just in case. I don't remember ever doing anything against Pakistan, but I don't necessarily want to fight them either. There's still some valuable land to get over here. So we're going to probably get to like this point, and then actually we'll push it all the way to the Chinese border and then call it. But we'll stay down south. I'm not going to really worry too much about the Russian land. What's happening over here is Germany fighting. Germany's fighting Switzerland. The third biggest GDP for 2 million with no reservists. Could we, as a member of NATO, get away with this? I think the answer is we're going to risk it, so let's send everybody home. I think we might be able to get away with attacking Germany. Let's test our luck here. We don't have a ton of money, but we do have the alliances and being part of NATO, so we're going to fight them and see who comes to their defense. So far, nobody. Which is great. Let's go ahead and split again. That's a real big opportunity. I'm very happy we got away with this. No one's even that mad. Spain got a little bit mad, but that's it. The United Kingdom's also pretty low. Wow, Europe is a different landscape. I don't know why we're hostile to Switzerland all of a sudden. But I think Germany's been defeated. Germany's been defeated. We are now the third biggest GDP, fourth biggest population. We could call it here and be done. The GDP per capita is low, for sure. I also do want to fight Ukraine, who is not really friends with anybody. They have 2 million troops. How much do we have? We still have 12. Let's get over here and still fight Ukraine. Let's knock them off before anybody else gets the idea to do the same. Sweden's declared war on us. They're basically dead already, so we shouldn't have to worry about them. I think it's so far just going to be Ukraine right now. Netherlands has declared war on Ukraine. That's us. So far, it's just Ukraine and Sweden. Corey, have you ever played Terra Invicta? I looked at it. It looked interesting at one point, but no, I've never played it. Okay, and with Russia done up north, let's go ahead and start fighting down the rest of Russia over here. I believe Moscow is actually still on the table, and it is. Nigeria did declare war on us? No, who did declare war on us? Nigeria did. Okay, well, let's peace out with them. We don't want to fight them. We don't want to move troops down south to fight for that land when there's much more valuable land up north. All right, so that's Ukraine done. Russia's almost done, so we'll help finish them off as well. Currently, we sit as still third and fourth. GDP per capita is 42, so it's a little high for our research, but pretty good for buying stuff. Speaking of buying stuff, we can definitely take a look at our production. Yeah, we can raise this a lot. Let's get this all the way up to like 33. There we go. And then we should be low on ammunition. No, we're actually okay on ammunition for right now, so that's great. Morale is very high. International standing still pretty good. We could honestly hang out here for a while and not do anything. Yeah, big China's big and scary. They have 50 million troops though, so it's not like we're gonna be able to do anything about that. United States, very weak. Very weak United States. How many reservists do they have? 8 million? It's on the realm of possibility if we start saving. I don't really care about any more of Russia, so let's just go home. Well, let's finish up this little thing just to make sure that when they do get defeated, they're gone. And we're going to send all of our troops home and start building up. We're going to get real big. Never mind. Saudi Arabia is incredibly weak. Iran's really weak. Iraq is weak. Those are all really good targets for us to get. We're just going to jump down here and start knocking those guys down. Never mind. Saudi Arabia is not weak at all. They have 11 million troops. We're going straight to Iran. Kazakhstan, how many troops? Don't care. Not a good target. Iran's a better target. In fact, I'm going to take this quick army and I'm going to take out Qatar. They just keep sending small, tiny stacks to attack me. Let's just deal with them really quickly. It's such a small nation. We'll get them out of the way. They're just sending unlimited amount of troops. Egypt, we're not going to fight Egypt anytime soon, so we'll pay for a peace treaty with them. And hopefully that's the only Arab League country that gets involved with us. There, they're done. Fantastic. All right, let's go back to Iran. Little pest just kind of buzzing around was Qatar, so glad to have them out of the way. And we're actually going to send one army to go fight Iraq because they declared war on us and are doing some damage to our reservists, which I don't want. I want to be able to save the reservists. So that will be our plan after that. We'll see if we have a peace treaty with Egypt. The other one I don't want to get involved with right now is Saudi Arabia, but I'm hoping to be able to fight Iraq without having to pay for an alliance with Saudi Arabia. We have $1 million. Let's buy $1 million worth of tanks again. Mexico's flag's been updated as well. That's nice. How many troops do you have in Mexico? Good amount. Never mind. We won't invade you. Fergie, would you ever redo Nigeria because you did the old version? No, because that would open the floodgate to redoing all the old nations. The only ones I would consider redoing is like Japan, who I did, but on like a custom game, so it doesn't count. Gulf of Mexico. This is gonna be so embarrassing for you. It's actually the Gulf of America. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing for you. By the way, we're just full on war with the United States now. I'm gonna peace out with that for now. How's our exchange rate? 74%, still okay for where we're at, but we do really need to start saving here. I'm just gonna finish up the rest of Iran here, and I think we're gonna have to call it quits for a while, because while we've been gaining some small amount of troops, we haven't been able to get a lot. Sweden went to war with us. Okay. Get wrecked, nerd. Hopefully people won't get too mad at me because Sweden invaded me, but I'd also like to grab some of their land, since Germany started this. Okay, we're done down there. Great. Bulgaria's had an interesting path. Good for them. I could definitely sense how aggressive the AI is being, and I'm loving it. Like, you never really see Thailand do anything. I mean, granted, they're weak right now. But let's go ahead and fight down the rest of Sweden, and then we're going to call it quits for now. We have plenty of land, plenty of troops, plenty of everything that we need. 3-3 now is a great kind of place for us to be. The only thing that would move me off of this is getting another kind of high GDP per capita target. So like United Kingdom, if they fell, that'd be a good one for us. But it doesn't seem likely. Poland, what's your GDP? We'll kind of look around a little bit, but I don't imagine there's going to be anyone too wonderful to fight. I don't really want to fight any of my allies, because I need them for the GDP per capita. Bro, it's obviously the Gulf of Cuba. Nobody respects Cuba. Tell me about a country that matters. I can freely say that because, you know, there's never going to be a Cuban watching this. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. We've never had a Cuban. They could definitely have VPNs, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they'd have access to America YouTube, you know? By the way, how much to get military intelligence? 5.44. I met a Cuban on holiday in England. They do get out more. Yeah, to not everywhere but the United States, they get out. Yeah. I mean, as Canadians, it's a very popular vacation spot to go to Havana. Americans don't get that option, unfortunately. I would love to go to Cuba. Dang, China's army's just foot soldiers now. Vodafone. Japan's fallen. Who's knocking them down? Indonesia. Let's see if we can rush over and grab the rest of Japan. There's still a lot of very valuable and high GDP per capita targets to grab. That's exactly what we were asking for, to say that's what it would take us to move. So let's see how fast we can get over there and grab some of that. Japan's allies, good thing to know. Romania and Bulgaria. Okay, so alliances are a lot less, at least in this version. I don't see anyone that's like got, hey, can we not be fighting? Got like a ton of allies. I mean, India does, but it's a lot less than like other countries, or the old version where like a country would have like 40 allies. But a very cheap Japan is definitely going to be worth it. Reservist wise, they have nothing. We can go straight for their capital, grab that, and deal with the repercussions of anybody that wants to fight us. In fact, let's split our army and just start grabbing the rest of this. I don't want to share any of this land with another country. It's so valuable, but obviously very condensed, so it's hard to grab it all. The ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Yeah. We talked about that. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, so we're finishing up the rest of Japan right now. The war has gone very well for us. I mean, the game progresses a lot faster with everyone fighting. It's a little bit more fun, kind of chaotic to try and keep an eye on everything. I don't want to fight you, but if India and you are fighting, that'd be superb. I think India's no. They're fighting Cambodia. So we have done some research. We finished up this tree with 2 levels of combat training, 2 levels of reactive armor. We also got a level into military police. Now we can start unlocking military intelligence, which gets our recruitment, or excuse me, experience up. So we can just kind of finish up the rest of Japan. This is going to be pretty invaluable land, unfortunately, for us. But getting Japan out of the way early is probably a good move. No need to leave a wild card on the table for later. So we'll finish up Japan, but we really don't need to be doing anything. We're just set perfectly. We're the second strongest military power. I imagine number 1 is Japan. Japan's actually fallen, or excuse me, China. China's fallen off. You have fallen off real heavy, though. 11 million reservists, but only 8 million firepower. What's our firepower look like? 25 and 30? Let's go say hello to a little friend of ours called the United States. Give me some more tanks real quick. Japan, we can just peace out with. I'm sure you're going to be cool with this. You hate me forever. Understandable. United States, what does your alliances look like? Nobody. Oh my gosh, the game is so beautiful. There's all these ridiculous alliances everywhere. Here, peace treaty with Japan. This Netherlands run might be one of the quickest. I think so. The game has sped up a lot. I was worried the game was going to be slower. All right, military's been assembled. United States is very weak. We were talking about this in chat. The game I was worried about was going to be slowed down a lot, but it actually feels like it's been sped up. There's always kind of like 30-minute lulls where there's just nothing to do, and that seems to have gone away, as we've always had a big and valuable target to attack. The United States is perfect timing on this one. They don't have any allies. Their troops are heavy. You know, it's still 8 million, and they still have 5 million reservists, but it's definitely a worthy price to pay for such a great target like the United States. Let's go ahead and start splitting, though. Let's make sure we grab Miami before we leave Florida. Kind of the entire purpose of going to Florida or starting our invasion there is grabbing Miami. And that's the United States Army gone, so we're good on that front. Don't really want to split beyond this because they're still sending a lot of little tiny troops after us. They don't have a lot. We should. Once we get to Washington, we could probably split one of the armies because the army that's attacking Washington will hold off all their troops from coming down and fighting the other army, so we can get more major gains over on this side. We'll wait till we get a little bit closer. Canada's fighting back against the United States as well. So this army I'm going to take and I'm going to split it. I'm going to say just head up to Chicago. And let's see how much of the United States we're going to realistically be able to grab. There's a lot of countries on the table, so you can see Argentina's. They grabbed San Diego, unfortunately. That'll be something I remember. Ammunition shortage is getting a little bit high, but honestly, we're not going to stop it. We're not going to stop fighting the United States now, and I still think it was worthy to do regardless of what our ammunition shortage was, as long as it wasn't maxed out, because you never know when the United States was going to be this weak again. You're really weak. You're friends with China. We could buy a peace treaty with China. Guatemala. Interesting. Has the United States really gone bonkers elsewhere? They have some holdings over in Africa. I don't really care about. I'd much rather keep the momentum up and fight Mexico. But we're getting close to the point where we kind of need to fight China. I'm worried about getting too high. I only have 19 million. Might be worth just fighting China for the victory. How many do we have? We still have 30 million. Holy cow. What's this army look like? This is a strong army. Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna be able to fight China. World record incoming? Yeah, I think so. But honestly, I think that's gonna change really quickly because just the game moves so much faster now. I mean, our ammunition short. We've just been fighting our way through ammunition shortages, which is kind of hilarious. All right, so we're in an interesting spot. We could actually push for the win right now. We have 65%. If we get Mexico's 80%, that puts us at 70. And then we could fight down China, who's become a little bit on the weakened side themselves, and go for the win. Mexico doesn't have a lot of troops, so it shouldn't take us that long to get through. I think we're going to ignore the rest of the United States. We're going to bring our troops right here. We're going to grab their California holdings and then Mexico proper, and then just beeline straight into China. Now, as we're doing that, we're going to be recruiting a ton of extra troops in the background over here, just lots of tanks and rockets, and then obviously militias as well. We have good amount of troops everywhere, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. But let's get ready to fight Mexico. Mexico doesn't have too many friends we're scared of. China is a problem. We do already have a peace treaty with them, so we shouldn't have to fight them right away. So that's another. But once we are ready to fight China, I'm going to break that. I don't care. So let's go ahead and start fighting Mexico. Where are their troops? They have 7 million somewhere. I'm actually not super concerned with that, so we're just going to split, make sure we get California right away. Was a little bit upset they grabbed that from us in the invasion of the United States. The United States still exists. They still have some small Africa holdings and I think Hawaii, but I'm not too concerned with that anymore. Let's just go for the optimal victory here and just push for as much as we can as fast as we can. Didn't notice the update. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have known about it, but it's pretty obvious once you get into the game, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is an update. I know we're recruiting those guys, but I love a little bit of a buff to them. Corgi winning? Corgi is winning. Hello. The game has drastically changed, dude. We've only been live for, what, an hour maybe? And the game's almost over? Literally just over an hour. Game's almost over. All right, we're gonna call it good there. I don't suppose Mexico would actually peace out with me at this point. They want 24 million. Okay, never mind. We're gonna finish them off. Actually, we're at 75%. What's your army looking like? 14 million. It's pretty weak. What's our overall military at? 48 million. Can our reservists hold while we invade? I don't want to be dealing with this many rebels, so I think we just go ahead and bite the bullet. Finish up the rest of Mexico. We also took out Guatemala because they were just kind of getting in the way. Hopefully Mexico won't take too long. All right. I'm not dealing with everything that Mexico has. They just went everywhere. Let's gather everybody. Let's get ready for the actual war that we're going to fight against China. China will be the last little bit we need. They have 42%. We have 76%. We're right at the cusp of people getting mad at us. Excuse me. I'm sorry for walking through your territory. Let's peace out with you, so we don't have to waste troops on the way there. All right, our troops have been assembled. Let's go ahead, gather everyone, and tell them we're going to fight on Taiwan first. Prestige falls. Who cares at this point? We can win the game. China has 12 million, 15 million. And then, yeah, we got this. We just actually have to experience their army coming in to fight us. And then once we get this done, we can split pretty heavily and go for the win. We also have just tons of money sitting in the background, so whatever we lose, we can probably quickly replace, at least in armored units. In fact, let's start splitting again. Oh, frick, multiple. Whatever. It's fine. And with their army gone, I'm actually going to combine everybody really quickly. And I'm going to tell them to scatter and fight China. Try and keep you guys, at least in Manchuria. That's fine. We are starting to get invaded by people now. We don't have quite the money to peace out with them. So this is a pretty big gamble to have done this. But if we still maintain a lot of our land, like we're not really losing too much valuable land here. Everyone's declaring war on us. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Is there a cheaper target for 13%? It's India's the cheapest. Okay. So we might have gone a little bit dug too greedily, too deeply here. Let's see if who's our friend at this point. France's friend. United Kingdom, can I get you to be my friend? I can. Italy, can I get you to be my friend? I cannot. Hopefully we get some defense from some of our allies as we do these things. This one's one we gotta stop, though. We can't let Czech take our German lands. Italy, we just became friends with you. So I'm going to try a strategy of taking down their armies without fully engaging them, so that we don't get more people declaring war on us. Get another level of military intelligence. Start working towards Art of War. Art of War is expensive. Okay. We're at 95%. 96%. I'm going to just take this army. However many it has. We're just going to invade Italy. Grab this land back for us. See what we can do here. Estonia is invading us again. Yes, we know about Estonia. Turkey's invading us. That's really bad, especially in our homeland. We got to stop this if we can. Anything we can get out quickly. We got the piercing coming out. 96, come on, just get us there. I don't know if there's anything super valuable. Can we optimize our targets a little bit? We could potentially go up here. We got to get over here a little bit more. 97. Just got to keep holding on to the territory we have. This army's down to 2 million. Italy, what was your army at? 6 million. So we can't really take it down. Let's go for broke. Just invade everything. Push for everything. We're stuck at 97. We're slightly getting progress, though. We're moving up. We're almost there. Well, it's unfortunate a lot of the gains we're getting is getting negated by the problems at home. Let's take you. Estonia, you're going to be a cheap one to fight. Let's just go fight Estonia really quickly. See if we can grab some of these lands back. That should help out a little bit. They have some percentage, I'm sure. Probably not a lot, but it gets us some of our land back. We're starting to lose percentage now. Oh, we're falling. Here, come over here and fight this big army. Not you, not you. Poland's invading us now. We've lost Germany is the problem. Okay, hold on. Gather everyone. Go home. We've lost this. We've lost this. We dug too deeply, too greedily, or too greedily, too deeply. and we're screwed. We just gotta have to wait. Whatever land we lose, we lose. We're not gonna be able to get it back. We lost all of our momentum. Attacking China probably was a little bit ambitious, but with the way the game was playing out, I thought I could get it done. We can get some Art of War, which will help us later on. We just got to play defense for the land we have. We got to mostly protect the United States and protect the Netherlands. China's lost. We just got to buy ourselves time to get more troops out there. Yeah, the world's cooled off a lot. We can regain this. Turkey is... I want to kill Turkey so bad. Okay, I think we're going to try and grab back the United States. All right, United States has at least been defeated. That's good. The world's kind of cooled off from attacking us, at least for the time being, minus China and Russia, which we're not going to be concerned with. Let's take a little bit of an opportunity here to just save up, and we'll buy another military, and we'll be able to recapture a lot of this territory that we lost. So we probably need to go in with at least 60 million, if not higher, to get that all done. To get China done, that is. We've learned a lot. We move on. And we accept the lessons that have been taught to us. So what I'm going to do now with this army is just kind of peacekeep over here. I can't afford to peace out with the China, but I can stop their progress with these troops over here. We are producing a lot of troops now as well, so our budget's been drastically increased. We just need a little bit of time on our side, and we can definitely still win this. But the board shifted a little bit, where India and Turkey are more valuable than China is. Italy's also a potentially valuable target. Frickin' France... The moment I left. Go home. Why is this game convinced the Arctic Circle, like glaciers, the Northwest Passage, is the fastest way to get home? Okay, let's see if we can just beat down their army. We're close enough. Okay, we're just walking their territory. Okay, I'm going to split this army. I'm going to see if we can do damage control over here in Asia or in China. Keep an army back at home so we don't get into a repeat of last time where someone just tries to take our home. See if we can bully China a little bit so they stop taking land away from us. And just play defense right here. We'll say that. Do you make alliances? I humbly ask you, don't give advice if you don't play the game. Because if you did play the game, you would know that, like, you can't get alliances at this point. It seems like a fair request. Like, it's fine to, like, point out things I missed, but, like, unless you, like, play the game a lot and you know what you're doing, I probably know more than you do. So I don't need your advice at this point. All right, let's see if we can start piecing out with some people, though. No. Not really. Yes, incur the wrath. Hold on. If we attack France, what do we get? Do we get pummeled? Not the worst. What's everyone's growth at? 3.45% is India and Turkey. Turkey's going to be the harder of the two to take down, even though they don't have a lot of troops because of all the alliances they have. But I think Turkey's going to be our first target. I don't know. We're going to need a lot of troops. It's going to be hard to get up to close to victory without getting victory. China might be the best one to take down, although I'm sure they've really gotten their strength back. So the moment we go to war with anyone, China's going to go to war with us. So I think we need to build up all of our troops and just take out China. That'll get us at most another 11%. But at least we get a big scary boy out of the way. I'm going to switch up our government as well. We're going to go fascist. Actually, let's go communist. I would love to get troops out a lot faster. Oh, that takes so long, though. Let's just go fascist right now. Since the world already hates us, there's no chance of us getting alliances back. Let's go full fascist. And just keep recruiting troops. When we get up to 100 million, we're going to fight Italy, and hopefully that will eliminate most of Europe. At least a good chunk of it. In fact, we could probably do that right now, as not everyone's allied to Italy. So let's start regaining some of our Italian lands. We'll keep our army together so we fight everybody all at once.
So what our kind of strategy is now is we're eliminating a player, we're sacrificing our land in China for now. But let's get Europe taken care of because they're no longer our friends. And we're also building up to fascism, which is going to change the game for us once we get, especially exploitation is going to be really good and blitzkrieg is going to be really good for us. So that should help us conquer things faster. If we had those two things when we initially invaded China, we probably would have won. But still learning new game mechanics, not going to be too upset about it by any means. We'll just continue on our path here and just fight anyone who wants to fight us right now. I assume with games ratings going to be shorter, the old rankings are going to fall. Yeah. Like we could have had the world record there, but we fudged it up. So, you know, we'll probably not get a world record off this run regardless. But yeah, that'll probably be the case. All right, Italy looks to be done. Let's go ahead and fight down Turkey next. We have 90 million, so we're just going to keep fighting all of Europe. They're very weakened at this point, so we're not concerned with their kind of pushes here. Turkey's a good one for us to get. Engages a lot of the same European allies that we already fought. We're losing our land over here to China, which is not a concern right now. So they're popping up on the leaderboard. We're basically trading land that China's taking for getting a player off the board, which is going to be our kind of strategy, at least for the time being. Turkey's incredibly weak right now. So, honestly, though, could we get the win off of anybody? No, we really couldn't. Turkey will get us 8%, though. So let's fight Turkey. Why the hell is everyone so ironclad about going up north and grabbing this? They refuse to, like, not do it. I've commanded them. Like, why are you walking across the entirety of the country we're fighting to get to the other side of the country that we're also fighting? I feel like the pathing in the game has gotten a lot worse. Call me crazy. But, like, you're watching the same thing. It'd be like, you know, Turkey's right here. But, like, oh, we gotta go over here for some reason. Like, why? What is that? Fight him right here, my guy. All right, let's stepstone our way to victory. How can we get it? India would get us 20. Indonesia's a good target. I want to get Poland out of the way for 3. Let's just knock out everybody in Europe, regain some of our territory over here, eliminate a lot of the pestering armies that we experienced. You keep fighting France over here. Get them just out of the game, please. And as soon as we have everyone gathered over here, we'll fight them. We have 5,000 more tanks on the way. We'll grab Poland. Basically, our empire will be a little bit more defensible because it'll be a little bit more condensed. Turkey, I just hate because they have so much little garbage territory over here. Never mind. We're going to take out Greece really quickly, since they're invading my territory. And honestly, we're going to take this army. We're going to fight Bulgaria down. I don't even want to talk about this guy's pathing. Literally the stupidest pathing I've ever seen. Could have just walked here down, walked all the way around. Slovenia's next. Just get these small countries we can get out of the way really done. Bulgaria's done great. Start getting you to fight Poland. Grab this little territory back, I guess. So right now we're just kind of clearing out a lot of Europe. We're not gaining really any percentage, but we're just getting a lot of the pestering countries that slowed us down last time out of the way. So when we engage in one more big attack, we will be a lot closer to victory, and we won't be relying on really any of the land in China because it's mostly gone. China has built back up to 31 million. Not the biggest concern for us right now. Our concern is Europe. Once we get Europe done, we should have keys to victory most everywhere. We'll just need to make sure we keep on Art of War, and fascism is all the way up, so we can really start to take advantage of that as well. No, go here first. All right, Poland's done. We're good. Go home. We have 96 million, 84%. Could potentially get it done with like fighting Indonesia or India. Realistically, though, we need another target, an easier target. Let's just fight down Spain and see where we get. Let's just split everybody and tell them to go. All right, so we're at 86%. We need 14, realistically, probably 20. So India is probably our best bet. If we start fighting India, knock them down, it might be possible. We have 100 million troops, a lot more than we did last time, so let's go fight India. India is going to be probably the toughest opponent we faced yet, just because of how much population and defense they have. But we got to kind of strike somewhere, so let's strike here. With Blitzkrieg and Art of War, we could hopefully get some big moves done. We will be getting invaded a lot, but we've mostly neutered everyone's armies, so I'm not the most concerned with it. Let's go ahead and fight over here. Just engage them outright. Wait for the 19 million to come into effect. Hopefully we can blitz that down quickly. And reservist-wise, didn't even check. They have another 19 million. So a pretty tough cookie to crack. But their army's mostly gone. All right, army's gone. This is gone. Let's try the split and go strategy again. This time with 100 million and making sure that the places that we tell them to go are places of value. All right, we're at 90 again. Let's split and go again with this big army. It's definitely possible. Still getting invaded. Could potentially fall again like we did last time. Malaysia's not going to relent. Gather everybody. That was very heavy costs. Let's push on the capital. All right, now who's got like 6% that we could take out? Still probably India's the best. All right. Well, if we invade China or Indonesia, we can invade China again and probably get that extra 6% a lot faster than we could with the rest of the Indian land. So let's do that. Split and go. And let's see what we can do against China. No, it's not going to work. Okay, gather everyone. Let's finish off India. We got to finish up India. The rebels that spawned in India just negated any kind of gains we had. Man, this game does not want to let us split and go. Here, let's just go back and fight somewhere we can actually fight. Let's just take out freaking India over here. Or Spain. Man, this game sucks. All right, we're going to try this again. We're going to push into Indonesia this time. We'll weaken them up as much as we can because they're the other ones that's siphoning a lot of land away from us. They also have Japan. Let's just go for Japan's land right away. Rather, it's not faster. You're literally already over here. The pathing in this game has gotten so much worse. It was like bad before. It's like noticeably bad now. All right, I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. I've had my limit with you. Next person that offers advice, I'm just straight banning you. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we dug ourselves into a hole, but you can't just buy an alliance with somebody. Let's say we want to buy an alliance with Ethiopia. What do you think? It's $300 million. Please stop talking when you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit rude, but like, come on. This has been like an hour and a half. You play the game for 3 hours and you think you can tell someone who's played the game for 1,000 how to play the game. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Plus the pathing is so effing atrocious. Like, why are we going across the world to fight a little bit of India when like we have Japan right here? The monitoring you have to do with your troops is just truly astounding. All right, let's take this army and start fighting India down so we stop losing our gains over on this side. Brother. And the pathing, I said it in chat just a second ago, has gotten so bad since this update. It refuses to attack land right next to you and has to go across the world to grab more land. It's so weird. Let's actually attack over this side. Like, why the fuck is it going all the way around Australia to get to the Philippines? Here, just fight Malaysia. I don't care. Just fight Malaysia. We'll get Malaysia out of here. But half this army will go fight the Philippines. I'm trying to find like small condensed countries to take down so that the pathing doesn't keep ruining us, because the big reason we're losing percentage is, yeah, we're getting attacked in a lot of places, but they're spending so much time, if you're not micromanaging, going across the world to attack a country. It's just so bizarre. Like, I don't know what the update did to fix that or to change that, but it's really hindering the gameplay. Here, you just go fight China. Let's just fight everyone that's fighting us so that their troops, they can't gang up on us on so many places. We can make progress potentially somewhere. And then let's take a look at who we're not fighting. Brazil. Brazil's in second place. We're just going to nuke Brazil. I just need 8%. 8%. Okay, here's the plan. Gather everyone. Gather everyone. 8%. We can get 8%. We can do that. It's possible. Just friggin' once again tell them to scatter, and hopefully they'll figure out how to fight the Indonesia. Indonesia will get us the victory if we can just fight them down. That's all we need to worry about right now. Please get this speck of India so they stop going for it every 2 seconds. Taking land is so much slower. I'm fascist. I have full out art of war, and I cannot take land. All right, we're 99%. It's finally potentially going to happen. Oh my goodness. What a nightmare of a game. Come on, just get me there. Don't do this to me. Give me 2 more percentage. There we go. Holy cow. All right, we dominated the world after 46.82k days. Overall thoughts of the game is it's nice that things move faster with everyone attacking. The rate of which you take land was so nerfed for multiplayer, which doesn't make sense because I feel like most people play single player. To the point, and what really, all of that could have been fine, but there's so many examples of the pathing just being absolutely so obscure. You can see like this guy right now, he's on a mission to fight Indonesia, and he came from here, and he's going up to grab this. I don't know when that changed, where they don't just attack the closest adjacent land. They're not prioritizing it based off value either, so I'm just really confused as to why that's in the game. Very unfortunate. I hope that is just a bug that gets fixed and is not supposed to be in the game, but nevertheless, fun nonetheless. If you guys have a nation recommendation you want me to play as next, put in the comments down below. We'll play as the most upvoted country in the next video, but for now, boys, I'll see you in the next one.